Okay, so with the statement I just made, right? If everything is electricity, if we had that understanding, protons, neutrons, electrons, protons, all that little stuff, and I stick my finger in the socket that's giving off electricity, would it be, or have an experience that, or let's say, get struck by lightning, right? How about we throw that in there? Struck by lightning. Stick your finger in the socket as a kid by mistake. Would it be understandable or possible for you to have too much electricity now and things got a little messed up, what we might call a rewiring? So if that experience is possible, with also the understanding that everything is broken down to like a proton, neutrons, everything is electricity. So if I stick my hand in a socket as a kid, get too much electricity, and my body that's pretty much on a microscopic, elemental level, however you want to quantify it, protons, neutrons, periodic table, all that saucy shit, it could be possible that I fuck up my wiring a little bit and I'm off a little bit and I have a different experience. And I'm kind of living in the matrix because I'm having it ain't wide like it used to be, but it's possible. But at the same time, you having a different experience, right? Mm-hmm. So on the outside looking in, for a person with no understanding, they would call that what? Crazy, right? Mm-hmm. Because we deem things crazy that we don't fully understand, right? So then also when I said the past, the present, and the future, it can be wrapped in every experience, would it be possible to say that I could, hypothetically speaking, like we already did with the last one, I could, in the past, stuck my finger in the socket, right? Mm. And the present, now, I'm wired a little different now from that past experience. But then later on, we find out that that boost of electricity created something like we would call an overload in that moment, right? Mm-hmm. So we got a past experience or present information, and then we get what we might call new facts, right? But that don't make each one of those things to be false if I only knew that experience, right? Right. So let's say with this phrase, on the outside looking in, I wouldn't know that you stuck your finger in the socket and had that experience, and now you're crazy, right? Right. What some people may deem as crazy, having a different experience, right? But if I'm walking down the street and I see you that's like mumbling and shit, like, but not on the phone, or like, that motherfucker talking to himself, right? I'm like, one might think, that nigga must be, what, crazy. Right? But it could also be true that if my experience was, you my brother, and I know you stuck your finger in the socket at a young age and got electrocuted, and then ever since that moment, you've been a little different. Would I look at you as crazy? And do I look at you as crazy? No. Right. So two things can be true, right? So once again, two things can be true, but that don't make each experience false. But that also don't mean each experience didn't happen or ain't possible, whatever. Like, that's why this about to be my new favorite little like, it's all quantifiable. Like, it just like, if it's all quantifiable, the information is there. You just got to use your natural curiosity. How about this? I'll bring it all back again. Your natural will to survive, to want to live, like let's say the word good. Let's just do good. Let's just be human. Let's just be humane. All that saucy shit. That's gonna be my other slogan. All that saucy shit. I'll put it on the shirt. But like, so once again, I'm gonna bring it. That's that saucy shit. All that saucy shit. So when I say that, it could be true that you stuck your hand in the socket at a young age, had a electrical rewiring event, but now that if I got the understanding of chemistry about molecules and protons and neutrons and electrons, I have the understanding how that past experience could be possible to the present. Do that sound like a factual statement that is made? I sound real Harvardish. But like that, when I told you again, that boy is spitting. But all right, so that's what, once again, I'm gonna throw it back to Spider-Man, the multiverse. Right? So now, in a way, is the multiverse possible? Could you feel like now it would be comfortable for you to make the statement that the multiverse could exist based on what I just broke down about the finger in the socket, had a past experience that had a present effect, but then we got future information, which would be the person that learned about the chemistry and learned that everything is at a protons, neutrons, electrons, everything is electric, that could see how it would be possible to stick your finger in the socket that's giving off extra electricity unexpectedly and get a jolt to your body, and how it could affect you some form, right? So that's explaining a mental illness, so to speak. With my understanding of the information I know that I absorb from the world, from my experience. You get what I'm saying? So when a motherfucker tell me that, when they was trying to tell me like, you know, Marty crazy, yo, like he just snapped one day, like he just went up. To me, I'm like, nah, niggas just don't snap. Is it possible? Yeah. Likely no. What the fuck happened? Something happened to cause that. This when we get things and we hear shit like cause and effect. For every action there's a reaction. Right? Once again, I'm gonna bring it back to this one. You reap what you sow. You get what you put in. Another one, you do dirt, you get dirt. Like everything, like the reality of life is that it's all interconnected. Once again, just because you have an experience doesn't make it true, but it also could be true based on the information you know. And that's the story of the man that lost his job, sitting in the house, like worked all his life, wife just died of cancer, 2 little hungry kids. He look out the window, see the neighbors left the steaks on the grill. Looks like they was leaving him, or possibly throw him in the trash. He creep out there in the middle of the night when he felt as though they usually never come out. He seen it was 4 in the morning, grabbed the steaks, came in there, fed his kids, but the last minute, somebody seen him and said something, and they called the police, got him locked up, because they said they seen the neighbor steal the steaks. She had it on camera, caught him red-handed. You get what I'm saying? Right. But then they later on find out that he lost his job, down on hard time. He never broke he never broke the law. He gave back to his community, he gave to his church. He was a model citizen. So now we got a story behind the experience, right? So 2 things can be true, but that don't make the other thing a lie just because it's the truth. But at the same time, it could be based on what? The story, AKA the information. And it's another phrase, information is power. Knowledge is power. Like the reality, and I be like, I don't know, call me fucking Neo then. Call me fucking Neo. The name of my podcast gonna be, I'm gonna make it make sense. Call in. Let me see how I would interpret that for you. And I'm gonna just cook. That's why like when I was telling your son, I was like, yo, like, it's like, it could be okay to lie, And then I remember he was looking at me like, what? He was like, nah, that's just sound. No, I ain't say okay to lie. What the fuck I said? Oh no, I said I swear to God. I'm like, I swear to God. He was like, yo, that's you wouldn't swear. Yo, you don't supposed to do that, Joe. And what I say to him, I looked him dead in his eyes and said, what? I swear to God, I'm in Jamaica right now. He was like, yo, you wild for that. Why would you say that? But then I also broke down to him, then he was like, that's crazy to say. But it would be understandable to say based on the situation. So that don't make it, it don't make it less, like, I don't even know how I could quantify it. But I'm gonna just finish what I was saying. So when I also told him that if a nigga got a gun in your head right now, and he said, give me all your fucking money, or I'm gonna blow your brains out, then I'm gonna go in the house and kill your fucking kids. Did you got anything else in here? Matter of fact, is it anybody else in the house? Is anybody supposed to come here? You know your wife just went to the store. With the smallest baby. She ain't wanted to cry. Right? This is the story. But each one of those individuals have a reality that they're experiencing, right? So when that gun to your head, and they're like, man, I swear to God, man, don't nobody else supposed to come here. Will we also say that it would be understandable, or let's use justifiable to swear on God? How they say, don't swear on the Lord's name. Would it be justifiable to swear on the Lord's name in that situation? What would you say, yes or no? Should that man tell that robber with that gun to his head that his wife is about to come back to the store? Or should he hope that he finish robbing before she get back? So I'm gonna say this. That's why I say this is gonna be this like the multiverse shit. That's how this could be true. So with that analogy, right? Would it also be true to say that, or would it be, I don't know, plausible, however you want to look at it, that in that moment for that man, he had to make a decision and also think to himself a few possible scenarios. Like, this dude got a gun in my head. Like, shit, man, this shit crazy. And he robbed me. I got my kids in here. Shit, my wife just went to the store. Luckily, she gone with the other baby. Like, all these things running through his head. That could be possible too, right? So, and like, shit. Hopefully, she out long enough. She did say she was going to go to the other spot. And then that usually take about 45 minutes. Like, okay, yeah. Well, all right. I'm going to go with not anybody else coming. No, ain't nobody else coming. So that's his inner thoughts right there. I just said his inner thoughts out loud. That's why I tell people at work, like, you said the quiet part out loud, like you fuck it up. Like how I tell you. Focus on your outer thoughts when you're around people. Worry about your inner thoughts when you're by yourself. That's the person that say, quote unquote, is what they try to label you as? A paranoid schizophrenic? Was that your medical diagnosis that doctor said?
Schizophrenic.
Schizophrenic, my fault. Well, a paranoid schizophrenic or just a regular schizophrenic?
Paranoid schizophrenic.
So that's his diagnosis, right? Of you. So that's his, like, and this nigga went to wherever medical school they went to. What hospital did you go to? Memorial or some shit? University of Maryland?
I went to a lot.
No, but just for face value or the diagnosis. You went to what we might consider a prestigious university that a huge part of the population thinks would be like, okay, they know what they talk about. Listen, all right, Sinai, exact, John Hopkins. Okay, look, I get it. That's it. Let's be quiet for 1 second. Chill. You answered the question. Okay, so all those hospitals, we also could say that those are what we might consider trustworthy institutions. Would that be a correct statement to make? Okay. So also with that being said, when I just gave you a story about a little boy that stuck his finger in a socket, but then all of a sudden had an experience, and then also told you a story about the guy that was real good in chemistry class, and he paid attention about the protons and neutrons and everything is energy, right? But don't neither So the chemistry person is just a chemistry person, right? We're gonna put him in one pocket, right? Then we got the mother with the little boy, and she had to work, or she turned her head last minute, and he stuck his. Usually she keep the shit always down, but that one last time she forgot, I had stuck his finger in the socket, like just playing, kids being kids, saying it because he usually never said it before because she keep it covered up. That could be an experience too, right? So then we got you right here, right now, with a diagnosis as what you said, John Hopkins, sign out, all them people said again, a person is schizophrenic, right? But you just heard a story of an experience that could what's the word I'm looking for? That could explain your current diagnosis.
Right.
Do that sound like a correct statement to make? With the story of the little boy sticking his finger in the socket, the chemistry man over here that really paid attention to chemistry because he loved it. Like he just liked the thought of the protons, the neutrons, electrons, hydrogen, 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. Then you got your, what is it, then now they call it some new thing like the gigs, then you get the dark matter. All that saucy shit. I'm breaking down the reality of the existence. I'm on my smart shit. You know, every once in a while I be trying to tap into the matrix. Huh? No, hold on. I am recording myself because I be saying such thought-provoking shit. I be telling him like, yo, when we together, and I just get to going on my little, trying to give some information, like how I told you about. I look you dead in your face right now. Look at me. I swear to God, I'm in Jamaica right now. I'm in Jamaica on the beach. But look, I'm geeking for saying that, right? But let me ask you this question. If you had an experience of somebody having a gun in your head and like, come on, no, listen, just hear me out. Be like, oh yeah, you was about to go in this house, you live right here. And you know you live right there, and your kids in there. And he'd be like, I swear to God, I don't live right here. Would you think that'd be okay to do?
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing wrong with it.
Exactly. So,
I never said nothing was wrong with it. I just said
exactly. So, depending on the experience, would be the reality, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You feel me? Like, so that's what I was trying to tell him. Like, that's when you hear the statement, 2 things can be true at the same time. That scenario I gave you explains that statement and the possibility of it. Like, 2 wrongs don't, like, just because you telling the truth don't mean I'm lying.
True.
And you look tired of shit, yo.
I ain't been to sleep yet.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you went up to New York.
Oh, that's what's up. But yeah, so with these prestigious places saying you're a paranoid schizophrenic, right? And then we have the uneducated people, or we're gonna call these the pocket of people that don't really know that much shit. We're just gonna call them, that's what we're gonna call these niggas, right? That nigga. And that's the story of the man walking down the street that see you talking to yourself. And he makes the statement, that nigga crazy, he over there talking to himself. That's a pocket of people too, all in the self, you feel me? But your inner story is the boy that stuck his finger in the socket.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then the chemistry man that learned about protons and neutrons, with that information he know, explains how it would be possible that the little boy stuck his hand in the socket and had at that moment an experience that caused your current reality.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And now that's what now these motherfuckers saying, oh yeah, here, paranoid schizophrenic. Okay, I hear you, but explain it to me. And I'm gonna make that shit make sense. I'm gonna make it make sense.
Oh, fuck. Your son. He just came in the house.
It wasn't me this time, yo.
Oh, he left back out. He did.
Hey.
Yeah, he right here.
Hey, Chrissy, I'm about to start doing a podcast.
Your mother wants you.
I got a 4 3 like.
Your mother wants you.
I don't think she what. I think she. I don't know. Let me mind my business because I
She
don't.
told me to tell you come in.
Oh yeah, I ain't know. Yeah, see, I ain't see.
I will holler when I get back. I got something I had to
He
do.
said he'll holler at you when you get back. She said she got you.
I heard that. I heard that, but
Can you, bro? That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna pay you. Can you follow me while I take the? I'm going downtown about you know City Hall at?
yeah, you want me to follow you down there?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm ready to try to run one. I got money for you.
Ain't it? Damn, that's crazy. That explains another reality of mine. It ain't really about the money, but in actuality, I kind of was telling your father not too long ago, I kind of need some extra money. Two things can be true, but it don't mean one of them false. I'll take you.
I don't need to take me. I'm about to just get in the car. You just follow me down, and then I just.
All right, bet. Come on. Let's go.
You trying to fake click the rat? Say, oh, you right here? Like you just like that's why I don't.
I ain't said nothing. She said, man, you already think somebody trying to rat him out. You heard him. Yeah. Well, he thought I ratted him out. He ratted himself up when he came in there.
Yeah, but listen, this another saying. That's another scenario of what I just said. Two things can be true, but that don't make neither one of them a lie. His experience is you told him, but the reality is
That's
you
your
didn't.
mother.
She heard no. She
Right.
heard him. She heard someone come in her house, and she knew you
Right.
might have been out front. Her
Right.
experience is that reality.
Right.
His perspective is he think you tell it to her, but you just see him.
Meet me at the gas station right there.
Why don't you? The one like damn. All right, I just follow you down. I was gonna say I just
So when the Wabash shows up.
because I'm about to start my Wabash Motors auto,
Yeah, the one Wabash on Cold Spring, the gas station.
the new one.
No, the one right
The,
there.
but the little,
from
to
the
me it's
car
new
spot.
because I like they just don't open their business
there
up.
on Wabash and Cold Spring.
Yeah, on the corner, on the corner.
Yeah, see that?
All right. I know what he's talking about. I go to there with my job. They're a new client for me. So my experience, see, my reality is they're a new client for me. So when I say the phrase the new one, I'm just speaking from my reality of my experience that they one of my new clients at my job.
Right.
Yo, you got my lighter? What you trying to steal my lighter back? Because I got your
my
lighter.
You dropped your lighter. I heard it hit the floor.
All right, let me hold your lighter. I'm not going to steal your lighter. We know that to be true now. You end up leaving your lighter inadvertently.
Find my lighter now.
Once again, two things can be true. That don't mean one of us lying. I ain't steal your lighter, but I damn sure got it too though. Thank you. Reality, experience, perspective. Those three things can be quantified as, once again, go to chemistry class. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. AKA today's knowledge. Reality, perspective, experience. 3 different things, but also depending on the combination of those things can have a different experience. So if I just got half the information, which once again is the little boy that stuck his finger in the socket, but I got the experience of growing up with you, being around you, and ain't nothing crazy about you, but had the experience of seeing you walk down the street mumbling to yourself and interpret that as crazy and have that perspective of you. So depending on the reality, the experience, and the perspective, who knows what you get. You get all types of, once again, what I say, it's saucy shit. It's some saucy shit. A mix. Terms like, it's a phrase like melting pot. You feel what I'm saying? A mixture of things. A combination, like a multicultural soup. That phrase